talk about the game on Saturday. Austin Peay. You guys get off to a really, really fast start.
Yes, sir.
Personally, for you, 3 fumble recoveries. Kind of just talk about the game in general and how the team was feeling.
Yeah, first off, I just want to give a thank you to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. He's the reason I'm here and the reason this is all possible. In regards to the question, I just feel like this team does a lot of hard things, and we practice really hard on Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays, and then when you get to the game, everything kind of comes natural. And in terms of playing Austin Peay, we knew they were a good team. They competed with Georgia and Middle Tennessee, so we knew we had to get off to a fast start. Just populating the ball, being around the ball as a defense specifically, and good things will happen once you do that. So, yeah.
In your career, have you ever gotten 3 fumble recoveries in a single game?
The most I've ever gotten is 1 at once. I don't know. The ball was just finding its way to me, but my teammates, Kagan Roach, Cortland, and then T.J. Marshall made all the plays, and the ball just found my hand. So it was a blessing. It was cool.
And the fact that it wasn't just all on defense, you had a special teams recovery as well. The fact that you were able to kind of have that different ability to just find the ball, kind of talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, we take pride in special teams and all units of the game, whether that's offense, defense, or special teams. Some Coach Ty talks about is getting down the field and making a play so we can change the momentum of the game, not only on offense or defense, but on special teams. And it's just taking great pride in what the coaches say and just trying to do my 111 to the best of possible ability, and then getting down to the ball. TJ made a great hit and just found the ball. Once you find the ball a couple times, it usually keeps coming your way. So, yes, sir.
And the fact that your offense was able to score on 2 of those 3 recoveries, how good does that feel? That you were kind of able to set up your guys on offense to succeed?
Yeah, it's a good feeling. The more they score, the less we're on the field, so it complements each other. And then the momentum that we get, especially at Wildcats Stadium, get the fans involved, and the momentum and the energy comes your way. It's always a great feeling when you know your offense is taking advantage of the opportunities, because later down the road, that's what we're going to need, especially when we get more into conference play and then further along during the season.
Talking about conference play, first conference win. You're 8-3 in the Division I era in opening conference games. What contributes to that starting conference off so well?
Yeah, KP, our head coach, he always preaches we got to start fast and we got to finish strong. We always talk about it's about us. We don't put too much time into the other team. It's about what we can do better throughout the week, whether that's like practicing hard, studying, just worrying about us and what we can do better. And then the rest will take care of itself. Whether it's Austin Peay or some other teams, it's just about us. And starting fast just comes off with doing everybody's job, doing it to the best of their ability, and just practicing hard so we can continue to do what we're doing. And winning that conference is especially huge because that's going to set us up later in the season for potentially playoffs or playing for a conference championship. So every game matters.
And on the defensive side, it was the first shutout in the first quarter that you guys have had all year. It seems like you kind of figured something out on the defensive side early. Is that the case, or was it just kind of things clicked and playing?
Yeah, this week I think it was good playing TCU last week because I think we got some things fixed that, you never really know what problems arise until you play a team that, does expose those in a way. So it was a very humbling moment for us as a defense, and it just made us practice even harder this week and practice at the things that did get exposed during the game versus TCU, and we came together and fixed those things, and that's why we were able to have that shutout in the first quarter.
And I don't know if you know this, but that was the 10th largest crowd in Wildcat Stadium history. Did it feel like it? And then when you recover those fumbles and you hear the stadium kind of roar, talk about that feeling and how cool that is.
Yeah, Wildcat Stadium's definitely the place to play. In all SCS, in my opinion, the fans were awesome this week. They've actually been awesome all year in SFA and during this game at Austin Peay. I remember being on the sideline and just seeing the light show with the phones. Everybody had their phones out doing this. I thought I was at a concert and everything, but the environment's it's super special here. It's a blessing to play here, and when you do make a play and the crowd gets involved, it's just awesome. It brings the momentum and everybody comes together, so it's amazing.
You talk about how important it is. You capitalized on that win from last week going into this week against UIW.
Yeah, It's all about momentum, and I think when you have some good momentum and positive juice going into the next week, it's going to be huge. I mean, we got our second FCS win. Some of the other games that we played didn't go our way, but that's all good. And we just got to continue to keep growing. Every win is just another growth mark for us, and we still learned a lot of things from this game as the game got closer towards the end. KP's been talking a lot about just finishing strong and making sure we don't let up at the end. So even with the W's, we still got to learn a lot of things moving forward, but it's always good for the momentum and the energy of the football team.
RJ, the first touchdown, I mean, to set it up, Big Roach gives the quarterback a JBL clothesline from L. You recover it. Then the next play, Stone scores a touchdown, and 5'8" receiver Adrian Balcher puts a corner on his tail in the end zone, man. Back-to-back plays. Was that the perfect two-play sequence to describe the identity of this football team?
Yeah, I don't think you could describe it any better. That sounded like the greatest script of all time. If you told me, I don't think I would have believed it, but it was a perfect two-play sequence, and it just gave us the momentum we needed rolling into the rest of the game. So it was amazing, definitely.
It's a huge goal for you guys to be undefeated at home. You guys took another step towards that. And just like in the Stephen F. Austin game, you guys were able to create turnovers, and the offense was able to score points off of those. I mean, how are you guys so effective at doing that?
Yeah, it's just practicing that, honestly. That is something that we have as a practice mark every week, and that's something that we have in our games every week. The goal is 3+ takeaways per game. You do that, Coach KP says we give a pretty good chance of guaranteeing victory. And during practice, that's a huge emphasis. Every week that we've taken the ball away in practice, it showed in the game. Versus SFA, we had like 5-6 takeaways during practice, and then this week we had like 3 to 4, and it ended up showing up. So it's just about continuing to do those things in practice, and they'll show up in the game.
And I mean, as a linebacker and pass rush unit, together, what are some more goals that you guys have gelled together and worked towards that are becoming reality?
I think creating more negative plays and being more explosive in the pass rush game specifically. These last couple of weeks, we've seen our interior D linemen. We've seen Cortland and then Chris and a whole bunch of other D linemen, especially on the edge with Kagan and Chris, the players they are. They've been able to create negative plays and just create frenzies in the pocket for the quarterback so it's uncomfortable for them to throw it. And then after that, it's just about creating more negative plays, getting the offense behind the sticks a little bit more. And I think that's something we got to keep on working at, especially at the linebacker unit. Something we can get better at is just continuing to get them off schedule as an offense.
It's seriously impressive what you guys have been able to do when your opponents are backed up like that. I mean, is there like a certain switch? Is there a level of aggressiveness that turns on because your opponent's backed up and you have a wonderful opportunity in front of you to execute like that?
Yeah, absolutely. We always talk about a 1 out, 1 and out, and then 3 and out, which is we get them off the field with a turnover like we did versus Austin Peay this week, and then we set up a score, or we don't let them get a first down at all. Once we do that, we know that the punt's usually not going to get it past the 50 once they do have to punt the ball, and we're going to put our offense in a productive situation to get a field goal or a touchdown. So the intensity increases, but we got to play like that through all downs, all over the field if we want to continue to do that.
You're a football magnet, man. 3 fumble recoveries in the first half. Where does that game rank for you for any game you've ever played?
Yeah, it's an overall blessing. I'm extremely blessed to be in the position I'm in today. A year ago, I didn't think I'd be in this position, but, it's just all thanks to my teammates making those plays for me. And then just being around the ball, that's something that we preach. Just run to the ball, break the stack, and then continue to give a good effort, and everything's going to come your way. I think this does rank as probably my favorite game in college specifically, just because of the turnovers and everything, but it was just a huge blessing today.
Am I allowed to ask you why you think you weren't going to be in this position a year ago?
Yeah, sometimes the life's weird, and God works in weird ways, and I had to transfer 17, 18 hours away just for opportunity to be here once I had to leave my other school, and you never know where your journey's going to end up, and it's just a blessing to be here today. You learn a lot of lessons during those times. You continue to make yourself better as a person, and then here you are. You just got to continue to have faith in God and His plan, and you'll never know where you end up.
Amen, brother. Mm-hmm. This team has won 5 out of the last 6 top 25 matchups, 7-1 in the last 8 home games. Mm-hmm. Last year, These guys were able to make this place a winning program again. Now you guys are continuing to make it that way. How? Why?
Yeah, it's just investing into what these coaches are telling us, what KP's preaching to us, and then just doing what we got to do as a team. Like I said earlier, all we care about is us, not anybody outside of this program. So what we focus on is just doing what we can do to the best of our ability. Don't listen to the outside noise. The coaches talk about the ranks for everybody else. But for us in this program, we just got to continue to work, keep going and gelling together, and then everything else will take care of itself. So we practice hard. You see the results on the last 2 games at home, so we just got to continue to do that.
I want to ask you about one of your offensive teammates, Radrian Vulture.
Yes,
6
sir.
receptions, 112 yards, 2 touchdowns. One of them legit his first touchdown of the season. Not only that, he can block too.
Yeah.
I mean, what growth have you seen from him?
I've seen a lot of growth. There's been a lot of types of guys on this team. From where he was last year to where he is today, I'm super proud of him, super happy for him. It's just the result of the way he practices. I mean, he practices his butt off. I mean, he runs to the ball. He makes great plays in practice. He sprints. And those things show up in the game. I mean, I had to go against him on the perimeter numerous times during the week. And even though he's small, he's not the easiest guy to get off the ball or get off the block. So I think just us competing, and he's competing with everybody else, and it's just helping them elevate. And hopefully he can continue to do that in the next couple of weeks. So.
You guys are literally definition of iron sharpens iron.
Yes, sir.
And what you guys are able to do in the second half this year, again, that's what, 3 straight games, 3 touchdowns, opening drive in the second half. I mean, even then, you guys are able to start strong, and then when the other team gets momentum, you guys are able to end that. I mean, what are some things that have allowed y'all to do that in the second half?
Yeah, we talk about like now these last couple games we've been meeting at half field before we go into the locker room for the second half. Just talking about what we need to do to finish off the game strong. I know we came into the locker room, I believe, 31-3, and the goal was to continue to put our foot on their necks and just in the game, just continue in the game. And I think that's something we got to continue to get better at, doing 60 minutes and then some. But coming out at the half is extremely important because it's 0-0 at the end of the day. And there's been some crazy comebacks in college football, so you just got to continue to do what you did in the first half to get the success that you had.
Okay, I've heard about the KP 14-point lead.
Yeah, the worst lead in college football. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. RJ, thank you for your time.
Yes, sir.
You got any questions?
Since your dad played here, does it feel any more special to get your opportunity here at ACU?
Yeah, just like when he asked why I didn't think I'd be in this position a year ago, I didn't think I'd be in Abilene, Texas. I'm all the way from Indiana, and at first it was just a thought that my dad went to the school, but now getting to wear the same jersey number and playing at the same college he did has been nothing short of a blessing. It does feel extremely special because it has a special place in his heart and my mom's heart, and I got family down here that raised me when I was a little kid, so it's just a full circle blessing for me, and I'm amazed. So.
Yeah, I mean, last year, I want to say you were stuck behind Kirby, but they rode Kirby and Will Schaefer the whole way pretty much in linebacker. What has it been like since January of knowing that the opportunity was there for you if you could grab hold of it and get a big starting role here?
Yeah, part of learning is that you don't have all the pieces right at the right time. Kirby, Cohealy, and Will deserve to play, and there were some things I needed to work on character-wise and playing-wise to be a better player to even get that opportunity. A lot of it was just about positioning myself and gaining trust with the coaches. Over time, it's earned, and I think that was the best lesson I learned being behind those guys because they were great players. Is you got to earn your right to play, and you got to have everything right to play here. That's what I love about it. So it feels even more sweet when you get the opportunity, and you just got to capitalize when it comes your way. And I'm just blessed that I've been in this position with the coaches and these teammates that believe in me and put me in positions to succeed. Yes, sir.
Sorry, Jay.
Yeah, thank you.
What about the Pacers and the Thunder?
Oh, wow.
Oh my God.
RJ because, 3 fumble recoveries in one game is pretty remarkable. I know that there's like some luck involved, but there's also there's skill in just finding your way to be around the football, isn't there?
Yeah, I think, first of all, just congratulations to RJ. Like, he's the epitome of, like, I mean, he's tremendous talent. When he first got here from NIU, he literally, like, with all the right intentions, would play outside the framework of the system and, wanting to try to make plays, but there has to be a level of execution, and I've seen such a tremendous growth in him since January to now. It's really not luck. It's just the way that he plays the game is exactly how he practices. He plays the game the way it's supposed to be played. He literally, you'll just see him time after time in our first 4 games, literally running past everyone on the field. He's just playing harder than his opponent, and it's paid big dividends for him. I mean, I think you create opportunities. The way we phrase it is, if you create population to the ball carrier, try to get as many of our guys in the frame as we possibly can, then you're gonna position yourself for success. And when he does, he plays hard, and then all of a sudden, he's just playing harder. I mean, there were 3 other guys closer to the ball on the very first fumble, and RJ just literally comes, just exploding right past all of them, and recovers the ball. So he plays the game the way it's supposed to be played, and really proud of the maturity that I've seen in him over the course of the last 7 or 8 months.
Let's start with defense. I mean, they impressed. Once again, this game forcing so many turnovers early on that leads to some early offensive success. Kind of talk about how good it felt that one team or one side of the wall was complementing the other and helping out that way so early.
Yeah, I think if you look at it, I think we've scored 35 points off the last 3 weeks off turnovers, if I'm not mistaken. And I think that speaks to this team. That's kind of who we are. We're a different team than any team I've had in the past, the previous years here. We complement one another very well. Our styles of play. Was a little bit disappointed in the fourth quarter. I thought we lost our edge a little bit, maybe in the third quarter offensively. The fourth quarter defensively, when it went 31-3, I felt like we let our guard down a little bit. I mean, I think with about 3 minutes to go in the third quarter, I think they had 156 yards of offense, and then we gave up 225 yards like in one quarter. So that was disappointing, but we have to learn. You heard RJ say it. We got to learn how to play 60 minutes and then some. We haven't played a complete game yet. It's either been a little bit of a shaky start and then a strong finish, or it's been a little bit started, with a flurry the other night. We were playing extremely hard and extremely aggressive early in the game and built that lead, and then felt like that we took a step back a little bit there in the fourth quarter, but we just got to learn how to play for the entire 4 quarters.
And talking about that, every game up to this point, it seems like you had gotten off to a little bit of a shaky start and then finished strong. Flip the script here. It's your first shutout in the first quarter this season. Was that a little bit of a point of emphasis of starting a little bit stronger than normal, or was it just kind of?
Yeah, it's because it's. To me, it's just about being prepared to play and coming out of the gate, and you only get so many opportunities. And I just felt like that for whatever reason, the first 3 games of the year, there just seemed to be a little bit of just. I haven't even really been able to put a finger on it, to be honest with you. I just felt like that we were just a little bit chaotic for whatever reason, and so we wanted to just make sure that we came out of the gate early. And again, I think a lot of that had to do with it's our first conference game, and our guys understand the importance of that. So I think we may have had their attention a little bit better, but we just got to learn to if you'll just whether it's 75 snaps a game, just play the cycle of the snap, and just hit reset and then just do it over and over and do it consistently. And I think you got a glimpse of what kind of defense that we can become the first 3 quarters of that game. And now we just got to learn to finish.
And it's not the same offense as last year, but it looked like a little bit of the glimpses of one of the top offenses in the country. I mean, look at the last minute of the first half, 92 yards to get some points at the end. Put up 31 in the first half. How good did it feel to see Stone kind of get in the rhythm, to see guys kind of get in the rhythm on the offense?
Yeah, in my opinion, this could be the best offense that's ever played here in my era. And, I mean, you look at what they've done. We had scoring drives the other night of 63, 66, 75, 75, and 93. If you look at through the first 4 games of the season, if we were able to convert, if I would have kicked a field goal against Tulsa both times, you're talking about we're looking in the upwards of around 14 drives of like 60 plays or more, or 50 plays, 50 yards or more, 60 yards or more. That's been almost a season. We've not done that since I've been here, to where we're able to drive the football. Stone is doing exactly what he needs to do, leading this offense. When he needs to, he makes plays with his legs. When he needs to, he makes plays with his arm. He's making good decisions, and we're playing complementary football, as you said. We're +4 in the turnover margin, and if we'll continue to do that, and he's doing a great job of just taking what the defense gives him and spreading the ball around. I just like the versatility of our offense, whether it's the tight ends, the running backs, or wide receivers. We just got to continue to make plays at all those positions, and if we will, and then you got to defend a quarterback that can run. So sometimes it's like, trying to defend 12 people when you have a quarterback that's a running quarterback, and Stone's making them defend the entire field.
And if I was mistaken, I think you didn't have a penalty in the first half, or if you did, you had 1. Second half, different story. You had 6 penalties in the second half alone. What kind of contributed to that? Was it kind of just getting distracted, or?
I think everything's about mental intensity and mental focus. And when you lose your mental intensity, you lose your focus, and then therefore you jump off sides twice. I still don't understand how we get a personal foul called against us with them. They had like 3 guys on 1 guy, and they're giving him the business, and I'm just like going, how does that happen? So I didn't really understand that. And then, I think we got a penalty, a holding penalty on special teams, and if you really look at it, the first offsides penalty called against us on a 3rd down and 3 or 3rd and 4, that just seemed to kind of have a snowball effect on our team. We just, from right there, and I really do, I believe it's just a lack of mental intensity. And, we take great pride. That's how we measure our discipline, on what kind of penalties that we get throughout the course of a game. And 6 is too many in my book. For most people, that may be okay, but for us, we try to shoot for less than 4 a game, and if we'll do that, we'll be one of the least penalized teams in the country.
And talked about the second half, the lack of discipline or mental intensity potentially. How good is it that you're able to reiterate that message of completing a full game and not having to do it in a loss? It's always nice that you get a win, but the fact that you're able to reiterate this and not have to.
Yeah, I think I just don't like it when it gets sloppy. And people aren't, it's just, I just don't like that. I like the way I put it to our players is like no chaos, make it look right. Take care of your assignment, do your job, sound discipline football. I don't know what's going on with my thing there. But anyway, I just, it just got frustrating there in the 4th quarter, just because, man, we need to put these guys away and let's move on. And we just kind of kept letting it hang around. And, again, I love the way that we started the game. I love the way that we came out after halftime and took the ball right down and scored. And I just felt after that, it just kind of seemed with about 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter, it just, like I said, it just, everybody kind of feels like the game's over. And I've been around football for a long time, and it's never over until it's over. I've been a part of some crazy games as a player, crazy games as a coach, and I guess the more you've seen over the course of time, the more that you realize, and you're just trying to get that across to young people that, man, the game is never over until it's over. Let's finish this thing the way we need to finish it.
It's kind of like that microphone. Kind of started strong and easy.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Good. You got more questions? 5 out of 6 wins for against ranked teams. I know you talk about how it doesn't matter who you're playing, but that's still impressive that you're able to have such success against teams that are still really, really good. Kind of talk about that and how good that feels, not only from a winning standpoint, but also a recruiting standpoint, that you can go to recruits and say, hey, this is our record against the best in the country.
Yeah, I think I like playing quality competition. I think it brings out the best in you, number one. Secondly, I just think it's hats off to our players. It's a players' game, and our players are making the plays. I've said it since the day I walked in the door here. We want to play winning football when circumstances get difficult, and when you're playing quality teams, there's always periods and parts of the game that are going to get difficult. And I think that's something that we're starting to buy into and believe. Like I said, I think we're 7-1 at home over the course of the last 2 seasons, and we got to continue to focus on holding serve at home, and then you got to be able to be a road warrior and go on the where you play quality opponents. I mean, this league this year, along with our non-conference schedule, it's by far one of the most difficult schedules we've had in the history of our Division I era, for sure. And now we just got to continue to do the things that it takes to win and prepare and try to get better each and every week.
And speaking of home, 10th highest attendance in Wildcat Stadium history. Talk about how good that feels that the big country's kind of come around and supporting you guys. And the fact that you win more, you're going to get more fans. The more fans you get, the more it'll help you win. Kind of talk about how that's a balance.
Yeah, America loves a winner, and our guys are starting to feel that. At the end of the day, it's we appreciate the support that everyone's coming out. You could just tell this year there's just a different atmosphere around the game. We're putting a quality product on the field over the last couple of years, and we're playing big time football. You saw what kind of team TCU is, and with Tulsa beating Oklahoma State, it's not like we've lost a couple of games to just anyone. So we do. We're putting a product on the field that's exciting and fun to watch, and it's a great atmosphere. And I think that the more that we continue to win and continue to show that we're going to be a consistent football program, then I think you're going to continue to see that attendance even go higher. So again, we're thankful. Our student body, we've got our student body staying for the whole game now. And when I first came here at halftime, the east side of the stadium would just be completely empty. So we've come a long way, and definitely excited about where we're headed in the future as well.
And now you get another tough test, UIW, another ranked team, another tough team. Talk about them, what you know about them,
Yeah, it's like I said the other night after the game when, Eric Morris is the guy that got that thing going. And I kind of looked at their timeline when I first got here and, kind of looked at and thought, here's about how long I thought that it would take us to kind of really show improvement and get our program headed in the right direction. It was about year 3 for their program. And then if you look at what they've done over the course of the last 4 or 5 years since Eric has left, they, with GJ and then moving forward, they've just continued to put a quality product on the field, and we have great respect for what they've done as a program. And we're really continuing to focus on, it's a non-conference game, so But there's a sense of pride that comes with playing Texas teams, especially in the same division. So, again, for us, it's just another opportunity to improve.
And that actually is my last question. They might not be in your conference, but they're another FCS team in Texas. Does that add a little bit of juice to this matchup that inter-conference game would?
You know what? I think, they've had great success making the playoffs, the last few years. And they really, in FCS football, they've probably been the most consistent team in FCS football in the state of Texas, like I said, probably since Eric left. And again, I don't know if it brings any extra juice or meaning or anything. To me, it's just about we got to get better as a football team. We have to get better as a program, and we're just focusing on everything that it takes to win. And we want to go out. We want to play tough, hard-nosed football and play disciplined football, and continue to get better each and every day and each and every week.
Coach, you high praise for your offense. This could be the best offense you've had in your time here. With 5 new starters on the offensive line, how have you seen them progress together as a unit?
Yeah, it's been very impressive. I mean, and the reason I say that is we can run the ball. There's a commitment to run the football. You can't be you cannot be a great offense if you can't run the football. You have to be able to run the football, and you have to be able to run the football when people know you're going to run the football. So, I mean, we have developed into, year 4 exactly what I want to be. I want to be a run, play, action team, and that's exactly who we are. And I think, the development of the offensive line, it is. I mean, when you just start completely all over, you're sitting there like going, man. And to watch how they have improved every single week since day 1 of fall camp to now, and their better days are in front of them. I mean, the more they play together, the more they continue to grow. Ryan's done a great job bringing those guys together. We got to get better. We didn't run the ball as well as I'd like to the other night, but on the same hand, we're through 4 games of the season. I've really been impressed with, they kept the pocket clean in protection the other night for the most part, and we got to continue to make sure that we develop as a running team, and that's just going to open things up in the passing game.
And in the passing game, the receiving core, Dallas, JB, JJ, Radrian, and Jed. The job that Coach Polani's been able to do with these guys. What could you say about this?
Yeah, I have great respect for all of our offensive staff, obviously beginning with Graham and Joel and Ryan and Smooth and Stu. Those guys are doing a great job of designing plays and getting the ball into our playmakers' hands. And it's just like, who do you key on? You got 4 or 5 running backs that you could put in the game, and there's not a drop-off on any of them. And it's really just a different running style is really the only difference in them. Then you look at tight end, you got Itty, you got Jed, you got Chitty, Nathan. We got 4 tight ends that you feel confident putting any of those 4 guys in the game if need be. And then, like you just said, you mentioned 4 or 5 receivers. We didn't even play with probably our leading receiver in Javon Gibson the other night. JJ played limited, but yet we're still put up the most points that we've put up throughout the course of the year. I think that's just a microcosm of who this team is. Some of our best players didn't even hardly play on offense, and yet we still put up the most points that we put up all year long. So I think just looking back at it, that's why I keep saying, we can become whatever we choose to become as a football team, and we just got to, obviously, like everyone else, we got to continue to stay healthy, and we just got to keep growing and keep getting better each day.
When the Gibson not being there and JJ being limited, Adrian Balcher, holy cow! First, I watched the first touchdown. I love the way he blocks. It's already fantastic. What do you see out of that?
And dynamite comes in small packages. When you watch Radrian's highlight video, it was like, I told our staff when we recruited Radrian out of Silsby, it was like, I call him lightning in a bottle. I mean, you watch his highlight video, and I said, I hadn't seen anything like that since Tavon Austin. And I think he is just going to get better and better. I think he gained a lot of confidence from that the other night. You know, and congratulations to him on his first college, you know, career touchdowns, and he starts off with 2 of them. And let me tell you, he can fly, and tremendous speed, and just look forward to watching him grow and develop throughout the remainder of the season.